Hello and welcome to the Lunar Phoenix Path, where we use symbolism to help you turn embers into flame. Today we're looking at burnout, specifically through the lens of mental fatigue. If you've been feeling like your mind is tired, but it won't shut off, then this reading may have something for you. This will be a general collective reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest, and move forward in a way that best suits you. Let's see what wants to come forward. You. And you. Okay. So right away, wired but tired is what's coming to me. Ready? So overall energy, we have the Two of Swords. Difficult decisions, weighing up options, doubt and inner conflict, avoidance, hidden information, confusion, in between, 1 foot in and 1 foot out. This is a heavy card. Okay. Doubt and inner conflict, or maybe even in some avoidance. Those are sticking out to me. In the beginning, obviously difficult decisions is in there. I feel like you could be lying in bed at this point trying to fall asleep. But that'd be like a simple answer. I think it's more general than that. Like during the day, you want a simplicity is what's coming to me. You know that several things either have to go a specific way to close the book, if you will, or you just need to drop some things because there's way too many things going on. It's almost like someone ripped out the pages of a book and they're just like swirling around you. Like you're grasping at straws, sort of a deal. On the 1 foot in and 1 foot out, you're done. You know you can't function like this much more. I feel like it... Maybe not everyone, but I'm sure a lot of you have actually asked for some advice on how to deal with this, whatever this is. The generic advice that you may have received, like just relax, stop overthinking everything, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't work. It's like trying to tell a stressed out wife to just relax, how it has the opposite effect. Where you know that if you drop the ball, things go to hell in a handbasket. I'm going to simply say what you're feeling is completely normal when you're reacting to prolonged stress. So in other words, like your brain feels like it's running on a treadmill. You're not crazy, you're just overstressed. So I'm going to ask you right now, before we go further, take a deep breath and then let it out. If you need to do that a couple more times, go ahead. If more than that, that's perfectly fine. So let's see what the second card is. The World. Completion, integration, accomplishment. World travel, bigger picture, evolution, fulfillment, harmony, sense of belonging. That whole top line, so completion, integration, and accomplishment, along with bigger picture and evolution, those are what's sticking out to me. So, like, I feel like this is, what do I want to say? I'm not going to go into too much into the whole the world is round or the world is flat. But I feel like in this instance, you're on the edge. All you need to do is just take one more step, one leap of faith, and then it's not going to be easy. Shadow work is not easy. And in this case, this is more hypervigilance. It's like your mind is weaponizing your own intelligence against you, and it treats stillness as a threat. When you take the steps to counteract that, that's when the completion, integration, accomplishment, bigger picture, evolution, that's the positivity of this card, that's when this will come into play. So some suggestions. I'm thinking like, I don't know, instead of like a mental rest, maybe you just need like a sensory rest. So what do I mean by that? So like a temperature shock. Hold an ice cube, splash cold water to physically trigger your vagus nerve and slow your heart rate. Think of it like this. It's like you're running and you're running and you're running and you're running, and then all of a sudden you have to slam on the brakes. That's what this does. Maybe you need to lay down and cover yourself with a heavy blanket. It's the middle of the summer, so maybe that's a bad idea. But generally speaking, like a heavy blanket to feel supported and safe. Maybe you need to take a short stroll outside. Something that does not involve a screen, be it phone, computer, you get the idea. Just process natural panoramic movement. Try to be one with the area around you. Try to just leave everything at the door and just go take a walk, just go. Maybe if you have a significant other, maybe I'm hearing they are your world. So maybe in that sense, maybe have them come up with dinner. I feel like you're the one who always makes the decisions. At this point in time, I'm not saying every single moment from here until whenever you're clear, but it just, for a brief moment in time, have them make the decisions. They take care of everything. Maybe they just need to sit on the couch and read a book while you kind of lay next to them and take a nap. In that sense, co-regulate is what's coming to mind. Thinking that if they are your world, maybe their calm, supportive presence is all you need to take a nap. Okay. Last card, Page of Cups. Idealism, dreamer, sensitivity, naivety, innocence, inner child, intuitive messages, curiosity, possibilities, head in the clouds. So I think the overall message of this card is sensitivity. I'm thinking along with your hypervigilance, you've also been really sensitive to your surroundings. Like so I'm going to give like a personal example. There are things you normally wouldn't think or say or do. But for example, if I don't get enough sleep, or it's very fragmented throughout the night, and then I wake up to something really, really bad, like you get scratched by a cat, just because they're super sensitive, very skittish is the word I'm looking for, or maybe you stub your toe to go to the bathroom, or while you're on the way to the bathroom. It's just stuff like that. It's a rude awakening. You already don't have enough sleep, and it just ruins your whole day until you get more sleep. And during that window, anything and everything that is bothering you will come to the surface. It's not a rolling boil. It's almost boiling over the edge of the pot. Maybe something minor that your significant other did just really gets on your nerves. Maybe you've got some personal health issues that really make you question, quote, what's wrong with me? Maybe there's stuff at work that you keep telling people over and over and over again, please do this, and then they don't. And for whatever reason, it just keeps sticking with you. Stuff like that. When you are not so hyper vigilant and sensitive, a lot of that you won't say out loud or even think. But in your negative mindset, that is what comes to the surface. Inner child. Inner child. I'm going to ask a question that I'm not going to answer. I want you to answer yourself. Okay? What monster, be it current or ancient, okay? What monster are you trying to outrun by keeping your mind moving this fast? What deep-rooted fear is fueling this? Is it an old trauma? So like childhood trauma? Is it a present trauma? Something that instills a belief that stillness does not equal safety. What is that for you? I think that might be the key to getting to a much better place. Okay? So let's get some oracle cards. Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, we'll take that one as well. Okay. So we have your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So the new moon in Capricorn was January 18th, 2026. Maybe that date means something to you. I mean, this is the year of the fire horse. So I'm wondering, rather than look at this as, trying to figure out when the next one is and saying, maybe you'll have something figured out by then. I think this is more looking in the past, like what happened around that point. So we'll say January as a whole, that triggered all of this. Now maybe it's been building. And maybe the new moon in Capricorn means absolutely nothing to you. And that's okay. I mean, as I said, take what resonates and leave the rest. So, but if something did happen around that time, maybe you need to address that. Because, I mean, after all, the year of the fire horse is about like new beginnings and leaving everything else, I don't want to say leaving everything else in ashes, but taking bold strides. I keep going to leaving everything in your wake, and that's not what I want to say. But just take bold strides. Okay? So here we have shine love on fear. Love will light up the darkness. So I feel like this goes back to my comment about trying to figure out what deep-rooted fear is causing you to believe that stillness does not equal safety. I'm hearing love yourself on that. On that note, it just, I feel like everything that kind of embodies your current situation is focused on like what this person needs to do and what this person needs to do and what this situation needs, this situation needs to go a specific way, yada, yada, yada. Like you're projecting your energy. You need to save some for yourself. And the energy that you save for yourself, you need to learn to love yourself. Give yourself love and compassion. You need to make time for that. Okay. And then this is in there. Okay, everything is as you've created. All you create offers you lessons in life. I'm trying, my mind is trying to remind me of something and I can't think of where it comes from, but essentially when I read this, what came to mind was you're creating your own chaos. I'm sure there are other aspects to it, but the more energy you feed the chaos, the harder it is to stop. Kind of like going downhill on like a really steep hill on a bike. If you apply the brakes too quickly, you're gonna go tumbling forward. So gradually apply the brakes. Try to not free fall is the only thing that's coming to mind. I'm hearing ease up. So you need to figure out what lesson or lessons you need to learn in all of this, so you can move forward in a better light. Because if you don't learn whatever lesson this is, it will repeat until you've learned your lesson. So I highly advise you try to figure out what it is you need to learn and figure out how to properly address that so you don't have to do this again. Okay? Well, that's about it. Whatever is surfacing for you right now, let it clarify rather than consume. I state that again. Let it clarify rather than consume. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and move forward in a way that best suits you. I'll see you next time.